you're mud bogging, working the fields, or just cruising, the Tire Lady has just the right tire for you. And if you want your ride to really stand out, ask about tire and wheel combinations. Get the most out of your vehicle with the perfect set of shoes from the Tire Lady at Rainbow Tire.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today as we remember our fallen comrades. I'm Jeremy Allio, Commander of VFW Post 548. I will be the Master of Ceremonies and be delivering remarks for this year's ceremony. We'll begin today's ceremony by reciting the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the invocation. Please rise. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Delivering the invocation will be Billy Williams.
As long as two comrades survive, so long will the veterans of foreign wars of the United States render tribute to our heroic dead. On this day forever consecrated to our heroic dead, we're assembled once again to express sincere reverence. This grave monument represents the resting places of many departed comrades who served in all wars. Wherever the body of a comrade lies, the ground is hallowed. Our presence here in Solomon, commemoration of all these men, an expression of our tribute to our devotion to duty, to their courage and patriotism by their service on land, on sea, and in the air. They have made us their debtors, for the flag of our nation still flies over a land of free people. We'll now have the chaplain. Father of us all, in the death of our silent reverence, we realize the truth of the inspired words. I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. As comrade after comrade departs, we march on with our ranks growing thinner. Help us to be faithful unto thee and to one another. Look in mercy on the widows and children of our departed comrades. We beseech thee, and with thine own tenderness console and comfort those who are bereaved. Heavenly Father, bless our country with freedom, peace, and righteousness. Through thy favor may we meet at last before thy throne in heaven. We praise thy great name forever and forever. Amen.
Thank you, Billy. Please be seated. It is for good reason that we gather together today with countless other Americans across the nation and across the world. Regardless of race, creed, or political persuasion, we gather in unified and solemn remembrance to honor the sacrifices of those who answered their nation's call and who have willingly laid down their life for our freedoms. The past year has been incredibly challenging, and as our way of life has changed in difficult and chaotic ways, it would be so easy to postpone our ceremony, delay our responsibility to America's fallen service members to next year, make the excuse that we were tired, fatigued from the pandemic, and to take a break. But the men and women of America's armed forces who have sacrificed and given everything they have, including their very lives, for our safety and the freedoms we enjoy, deserve more than that. Those of us who gather today to honor fallen comrades have cherished memories of friends we shared a foxhole or our meals with, incredulous at the quick passage of time we reflect on the brief moments we had with those now absent friends. Even though it may be many years since the day we bid farewell, we still revisit the times of shared laughter, the tears and expectations that we all had for the future, as though it were only yesterday. Their hopes and dreams and plans were never fulfilled because their lives, their time on earth, was much too brief. There are no words that can properly reflect the magnitude of what they accomplished. But as we enjoy our way of life in the land of the free and the home of the brave, we can commit ourselves to diligently reminding present and future generations of Americans that there is no freedom without bravery. And those we honor today were brave when it counted the most. They were different in many ways, yet somehow all the same. They were unified in spirit and united in purpose and mission. The men and women who we honor today were no better or worse than any of us. While protecting our nation, they did not choose the events of the world and the circumstances into which they were thrust. Rather, the circumstances and events of the world chose them. Generation after generation has been fortunate enough to reap the benefits paid by those who believe that freedom is worth fighting for and, if necessary, dying for. Memorial Day is a rare day of opportunity to give thanks for all we have been blessed with. Even though the significance of this day, at times confused or distorted, and the true meaning is sometimes lost to commercialism or drowned in forgetful indulgence. Those of us who are here today recognize the magnitude of the accomplishment and the deeds of the men and women who helped to the idea that evil and tyranny must not and will not prevail. The courage possessed by the men and women who we are honoring today is something that cannot be taught. Their willingness to put country first is what truly makes America the home of the brave. And that is what this very special day is all about. Being thankful that such brave men and women have lived, and to pay tribute to those heroic patriots who bravely rose up and fought for something greater than themselves, protecting a home to which they never returned. Today, we do more than just carry on a tradition dating back to 1866, when the first formal Memorial Day observances were conducted. We go beyond tradition, beyond remembering, and beyond mourning. Today, we work together to make this country they died for, building a better nation each and every day. That concludes the remarks for today's ceremony. We'll now have a presentation of wreaths. The wreath escort today is Andy Morris. Andy? Presenting the first wreath, Colonel Zachary Morgan, Daughters American Revolution Chapter, Rebecca Davis, Chapter Regent. Presenting the next wreath, Elizabeth Ludington Higgins, Colonel John Evans, Daughters American Revolution Chapter, Anna Chandler. Presenting the next wreath, Woodburn Daughters American Revolution Chapter, Cindy Harper, Regent. Presenting the next wreath from the Monongalia River, United States Daughters of 1812 Chapter, Tammy Reeves. Presenting the wreath for World War I, Robert Burns. Presenting the wreath for World War II, Mitch McCoy. Presenting the wreath for the Korean War, Fred LaPere. Presenting the wreath for the Vietnam War, Glenn Stafford. Presenting the wreath for the Gulf War, Robert Burns. Presenting the final wreath for the global war on terrorism, John Friend. And now we will have the 21 gun salute, followed by the playing of taps.
Detail, Marksman. Marksman, prepare to fire volley of 3. Ready? Aim. Fire! 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 Freeze, head, earth! Order, arm. Copy, ready.
This concludes today's ceremony. We really appreciate everyone coming out to remember our fallen comrades. Thank you.